The information shared is for educational purposes only. Before taking any action, please seek the advice of a financial or tax professional. Hi, this is Ron Yaish with Special Needs Life Planning. You can find us at specialneedslifeplanning.com. Today we're going to be doing a walkthrough, kind of like a demo walkthrough of the Missouri Able account. We're on their website. Our goal today is not to answer all the questions and not to go through every component of this website, but to give you an idea of what's there, what resources are available, and for somebody who's looking for something more comprehensive about the ABLE account, what it is, how it works, you could look at the link below. We have a free webinar for you to sign up for, and you could learn a lot more about the ABLE webinar, ABLE accounts. The second thing I wanted to mention is we do have a resource guide available to you, or more properly to say, available for you, and that will be something that you can utilize, whether it's to get a copy of our reports and example of an expense spreadsheet, et cetera, et cetera. Before we begin, we always like to mention two things. One, before taking any action, please seek the guidance of a financial professional. We are looking to educate, we're looking to teach, but we are not making any recommendation for this to this ABLE account or to another ABLE account. And it's important to seek the guidance to see if an ABLE account is good for you, if that is something that would help you or the family, if that's something that, and if it does, well, how to take advantage of it the best way without compromising government benefits, and the best course of action to take. Okay, sorry about that. We are back, and a little bit out of breath, but we're back. Okay, so again, just to mention, please make sure to seek the guidance of a financial professional before taking any action. All right, so let's go through this. We're at moable.com, otherwise known as the Missouri Able.com. So we see they're part of the stable account network, benefits, eligibility, and qualified expenses. Okay. Again, we're not going to be going through all the details of what an ABLE account is all about. For that, you can check out our webinar or ask us questions directly at info@specialneedslifeplanning.com. Excuse me, info@specialneedslifeplanning.com. That email address will be below. You could just look below and you can see our contact information as well. Please feel free to subscribe to this channel and share it with other individuals who may be interested, organizations that may be interested, and feel free to comment. We will be looking and trying to comment and responding to as many of the comments as possible. Okay, ABLE accounts give people with special needs more independence and financial security. Learn more about ABLE accounts. What are the benefits? Tax-free earnings, financial benefits not affected. Okay, we will learn that Missouri has a limit of how big the account can grow to. Some of them are 250, some of them are 400,000, some of them, we even just saw one that was 500,000. But that doesn't mean that your benefits wouldn't be affected, okay? If you are receiving government benefits such as SSI, please make sure not to allow this account to go over 100,000. The minute you cross that number, some benefits are going to get suspended, and that is not a good thing. You do get access to something called a stable card, and who is eligible. So are you eligible? This is a quiz that you could take. It basically asks you, is this somebody who has a disability? Did disability begin before the age of 26? Those two questions are key. And if you get other benefits from the government, then you will automatically pre-qualify through part of the application process. If not, then you'll need to provide a letter. We do have a sample letter as part of our resource guide down below. If you don't get these benefits and you need to have a doctor fill out a certified, a licensed physician to fill out some basic information and to provide that in order to show your eligibility. So you may put $15,000 a year into your ABLE account. And as of December 22nd, 2017, there's another part of ABLE which may be available to you. Right now, it's not available. It's on the books as allowable by law, but it's not something that you can do, where an individual who works can contribute an additional $12,060 of their own income, not gifts, not contributions, but of their own income, which is kind of nice. And then we know that you have diverse choices. And you can change things around a couple times a year. Qualified expenses. We do have a free report to help you through that, to help you understand that. Again, it's not a comprehensive report. It's not end all or be all, but it is something that will provide you a little bit of guidance as to how to better understand the qualified disability expense. And you can find that if you look below in our resource guide, as well as going to specialneedslifeplanning.com/QDE for qualified disability expense. Again, specialneedslifeplanning.com/QDE. But just to give you an example, if somebody needed to get some extra training in an area and that wasn't covered by any of the agencies and the government funding, this is something that an ABLE account would be very appropriate to spend that money on, because at the end of the day, it's to improve the quality of life for that individual who owns this account, the individual with special needs. Just be careful. Right now, there isn't a formal way to show somebody what the expenses were, but we do highly recommend that you keep a log of the date the expense went out, how much it was for, who it went to, and the reason for that expense. And if you want, you could use our in the resource guide that we have down below. You can click down below. We do have a resource guide, and you could download our Excel spreadsheet. Save it to your computer, upload it to your cloud, whatever you want to do, and keep a log of this so that if you're ever questioned about it, or if there comes a time where the state or somebody requests to see or clarification on an expense, that you have that available. Still have questions. We're going to go through their questions in a moment, but you could reach out to Missouri via email, via the number. And again, they're not going to be in the position to tell you if this account is right for you or what investments to choose within this account. It's not really their place. They could tell you what is available. They could tell you how to fill something out, but it's not really their place to tell you what to do. If you reached out to us, or if you left a comment below as well, we could answer general questions about ABLE accounts, but it's not our place to weigh in and say this is a good idea, this is a bad idea. That's why we definitely recommend that if you can, to seek the guidance of a financial professional. Okay. Let's go to, I'm going to get to the questions in a little bit. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's go to the questions. Here we are. wanted to make sure the tab was not taking me to a different page, but in fact, it was just taking me down the same page. Okay. So what is this account? I'm not going to go through that. Who's eligible? If you are a resident, well, we'll get to that in a little bit. Okay, what we see here is that these accounts are only available to Missouri residents. If you don't live in Missouri, then you cannot open this account. So this is just for Missouri residents. It's important to know that there are some states like Missouri that only make their plans available to their residents. There are a number of states around the United States that do have programs that open up their program to non-residents. So that is that's something that you should know. What kind of disabilities? Okay, I'll leave that for you to figure out. How can I use the money in the account? It has to be for a qualified disability expense. They go through that a little bit. They give you those examples. We like that. How do I prove that I'm spending the money right now? We just discussed that. Okay. So this is an important point to realize, and I'm going to move this down. You can spend the money on housing and rent, but you do need to be careful that when that money comes in to an account that you're then going to spend, you're going to send that out to pay rent, that money is not sitting around. Because if that money sits around and it can go over the limit of time that you're holding on to it, it may compromise your SSI benefits. And that's something that you need to look into, whether you're working with a case manager or somebody who's helping you with the housing and the rent. That is something you need to look into. It doesn't mean you can't spend that money on that, but how that money flows in and out has to just be managed properly, because there's a potential of individuals messing up in that area. Okay, we're not going to go through that. You can enroll as we are on moable.com, and no bank trips necessary. You can do this online. Online enrollment is free. Okay, you will need to deposit a minimum of $50 to open an account. Any subsequent deposits just need to be at least $1. So that's nice. There are other plans that we've seen that require a $25 minimum deposit thereafter. Here it's $1, which is great. Who controls the funds? Okay, the individual, him or herself, with disabilities is the owner of that account. There are authorized legal representatives, otherwise known as ALRs, that may assist an individual managing their account. Okay, let's see. Does it cost anything to have an account with moable? Currently, Missourians pay $3.50 per month, $42 annually to maintain their accounts. There's also a small asset-based fee between 0.19% and 0.33%. So the most you'll pay on managing of the assets would be 1/3%, which is really not a lot. And you do have that monthly fee. Can I have more than one ABLE account? No way, Jose. And this is a very big difference. That question comes up a lot because let's say there were 4 grandparents, right? So let's say the individual that we're talking about is an individual by the name of Scott. So Scott was going to college. His parents were planning on this college experience. His 4 grandparents. Each grandparent can have their own scratch that. Woo, 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 woo. Each grandparent can have their own 529 college savings plan, and they could all contribute to Scott's college, tuition, etc. But Now, if Scott has a sister, let's say her sister's name is his sister's name is Stephanie. Stephanie's an individual with special needs. The 4 grandparents can't have 529A ABLE accounts. Stephanie has her own account. The 4 grandparents can contribute and get her to that $15,000 a year, but she's the only owner of that account. So the person who's benefiting from that account is actually the owner of that account. Now, is there a tax deduction? The answer is yes. A single filer can deduct $8,000 and a joint filer can deduct $16,000. If you are a Missouri resident, which you could, and you're putting money in a Missouri plan, which you could only do if you're a Missouri resident. So there really is a lot to benefit. If you live in Missouri, it probably makes more sense to contribute to a Missouri plan than to another plan, especially with this financial incentive. Okay, then they discuss the investment. There are 5 investment options. Okay, there's a growth option, a moderate option, a conservative option, an income option, and a bank option, which is 100% FDIC insured. Excuse me, as long as up to $250,000. You could check out the investment performance and the way that things are set up in those different types of portfolios that they set up. Can I change my investments? You can. You could do that twice a year. And I can put money. Are there limits to how much I can contribute? They tell you what you can contribute here. So we see that the limit in the account, as we mentioned earlier, was going to be much higher than $100,000. For example, Missouri, you could allow this account, this ABLE account, to grow to $462,000. Obviously, it's not going to happen right away, but if you're saving money and you're investing, that could eventually grow to be a to be a significant amount of money. However, please be careful. If that money, the minute that money crosses the $100,000 mark, government benefits may be compromised and may be impacted. What happens if I judge? Okay, contribute over my limit. Who can contribute? Anybody can contribute. Okay, it's a basic gift, and that's something that you can contribute to. I'm going to make a point on that in just a moment. Now, you can have other people contribute, and what's nice is that this stable account that is run for Missouri residents allows you to set up something called an e-gift event. So you can upload email addresses of your friends and family, and they will send out an email, and then an email will go out with a unique link and a personalized message. What I recommend is that people consider sending something out to close friends and family members a month before the individual with special needs birthday, or a month before the holidays, saying, look, you may be thinking of a gift to get so-and-so. So-and-so has this account. It's a savings account. This is the way that you can contribute if you're interested. Here's the link. Here's the address. Here's the account name. Here's the account number. And that would be really awesome. And it's important to start getting friends and family members to know that these are the types of things that are available. Okay. How can I take money out? If you'd like to withdraw money from a stable account, all you need to do is log into your online account and request a withdrawal. You can have the option of receiving funds by electronic fund transfer or by check. The electronic system will allow you to load funds onto the card. Okay. Okay. The electronic transfer option allows you to load funds onto your stable card or onto your personal bank account. Through the check option, participants can cut a check to themselves or to a third party to pay for bills or other expenses. If you invested your money into more than one investment option, you will also be able to select the portfolio you want to withdraw money from. Are there limits to how many times I could withdraw my money? The answer is no. Do you charge a fee for withdrawing money? No. I like this simply because I've seen other plans that do limit something like, requesting a check twice a month. So this is nice. I'm impressed. I like the stable accounts for this reason. What features are available with my card? Go through that. And okay. These are really good questions, and it's important to address these questions. Okay. I think we went through most of the questions. Let's go to the resources. All the way on the bottom. They have marketing resources, plan. They have PowerPoint presentation, power of attorney form. Okay, I'm going to actually open this up for my own reason. I want to open this up in a different tab. And here they give you information on the debit card. It's neat to have a debit card because that allows somebody, if it makes sense for them, to work on that skill, right? If that's something that somebody needs to work on, managing a debit card is a big deal. Again, it's not for everybody. For somebody who it does make sense, especially owning this account and being the owner of this account, I think it's a great opportunity, and I'm glad it's available. Here's the contact information for the Missouri team. You could reach them at team@stableaccount.com. And here's the number. You can reach them via contact form. Please don't put any of your social or your birth date or passwords in a form like that. It is better to do that, via a secure way on a phone call, et cetera, et cetera. I think we went through most of the points that we wanted to get through. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment to the video below. We make it our business. We try as hard as we can to respond and to comment and to give and to respond to those comments. Please like this. Please share this with other individuals, with other families, with other organizations that may benefit. And again, please check us out at specialneedslifeplanning.com. If you would like us to address something, that's what we're about. Our goal is to get out there and to learn about something on your behalf and to share it, create videos, create articles, create courses if need be, and to teach. That is our mission. We know a lot of very specific things. We're not experts in everything. Life planning is a very broad and very comprehensive, very broad and involved planning. And we know a lot about some of the parts, but that's why we're into this. We are finding we're getting the same questions over and over from family members that we're interacting with on our, one of the things that I do, my other hat that I wear is I run a wealth management firm, and a majority of significant portion of my client base is made up of families of children with special needs. And I get these questions, and we wanted to figure out a way to spread that information. So it's not going to one person or one family, that it's going to many people, and to make that available to families across the United States, as well as things that we don't know about. We want to, people are asking us for certain resources and certain ideas and how to handle something. And we want to go out there and make ourselves available to be part of your circle of support. So again, you could send us a question or an email, info at specialneedslifeplanning.com. Our contact information and sign up to our free webinar and our resources are down below. It's been a pleasure spending the time with you. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It means a lot that you've spent the time with us. Just wanted to ask you if you could to please subscribe to our channel. It does help us. It means a lot to us. And if you are watching this on the blog, you wouldn't be able to subscribe, but you would be able to put in your email address, and join the ABLE Report community. That means when we come out with information, when we come out with our ABLE reports, you would receive it. So please enter your email address if this is on the blog, or click subscribe on right below this video. Thanks so much. Until next time.